The K20A swap into my Acura Integra from 2001 is going awesome. Thanks to the guys at Hybrid Racing, we're making amazing progress. We've pulled the B series out of the Integra. We've also torn down our K20A from the Integra Type R. Once we button up a few things, it'll be time to drop the motor inside the Integra. If you guys are trying to K-swap your car yourself, make sure to check out Hybrid Racing and use the discount code 5OFFBLUE for 5% off the entire website, including their K-swap package. So let's get going. So, we accomplished a lot last video. We basically cleaned up the motor, tore it down, put a new clutch in it, all that good stuff. Basic maintenance, which we still have to do a little bit of basic maintenance. But then it gets to more of the fun stuff, in my opinion. Eventually, I'm going to be cleaning out the bay, spraying over some of the parts of the engine bay in the Integra, which the factory didn't paint over, which is kind of strange.
Missed a lot.
Missed a lot. So I'm going to be fixing that, and also talk about these guys. Innovative mounts. So if you want to do a K-swap, you got to have these.
Gotta have.
This is, physically, it's got to be physically.
You have to have them. You can't do the swap without it. It's a 6-piece mount kit, so you've got both sides and a rear. Start with this, and this is the passenger side frame bracket. You do have to drill holes for this. You do have to cut off the stock frame mount, which we already did.
Which was interesting.
Yes. Just goes over. It has a couple of different setting options, so you can slide the motor forward or backwards depending on what sort of axles you have, or if you're running power steering or not. This will go on. We'll drill 2 holes, put your bolts in there. This one connects to the motor, so this kind of sits into the car like this. This goes to the back. This is the T-frame for the transmission.
Got it.
This is your subframe. So this is going to bolt down. This goes through here.
Oh, okay.
That's the rear mount.
Yeah.
This is the tall transmission bracket. Will sit on the top of the gearbox. This bolts on like this. Yeah. And
it's really straightforward.
This sits right into the frame. Innovative suggests using any OEM bolt you can. In places that you can't use an OEM bolt, they supply the correct
good stuff. Yeah. TSA for all part companies, freaking supply hardware, dude. Oh my god.
Hardware and instructions also.
Yes, please.
They're also good lifetime warranty. Keep that in mind. If they ever break, if they bend, crack, if the bushings wear out, if you ever have any problems, they replace them for free. Yeah.
These guys.
Shifter cables in the shifter cable kit. We'll open it up, but you've got some upgraded gear selector springs. This is going to add more assist.
Right, rather than like trying to force it.
Because the cables are thicker, they're stronger, they are a little stiffer than stock.
Right.
When you upgrade these cables, the gear selector just helps you move the shifter a little easier, right? Gives you a little more push.
Yeah. So this is the brand new coolant temp sensor. It goes right here.
Yep. It's a tapered fitting, so you really don't need this, but I'll put it on just as a little added security. This is the actual temp sensor. Thread this in place as well.
Next step, idle air control valve.
Yep.
The easiest way to get it is to take the throttle body off.
Yeah, it may be possible to pull it off. But I don't want to risk stripping the screws out and then
everything that comes with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna avoid that totally, and I'm just gonna take a little more time and take the whole damn thing off.
Just like that.
Yep.
Oh my god, dude.
Look at the corrosion. This is why your K-Series will never idle right. You get a motor from a junkyard, it's been sitting for who knows how long. All of this, I guarantee you, goes down inside of this valve. It will never, ever, ever work right. So, change it.
Yep, that's where you replace it.
That's it. It just sits. You know, it sits and it doesn't run. That's exactly what happens. I don't know if you can see all the way down in here, but that little thing does not move. So, yeah, I mean, why even mess with this? Why even try to clean it? Doesn't make any sense. Put our new gasket on, and it's backwards. This here. We'll put our new idle air control valve.
once you get to it, it's very straightforward.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You just got to be really careful when you take these screws out, because I mean they've been in here for, you know, 10 years at least.
Yeah, at least.
Or, you know, 12,
longer,
12
yeah.
13 years. Coal packs.
Coal packs?
Coal packs.
Coal packs?
Coal.
How do you guys all say oil? Do you say it oil or oil?
Oh.
It's oil.
Neither.
It's oil.
It's Earl.
Earl?
It's Earl.
Who is Earl? My name is Earl?
Who's Earl?
No.
You.
You don't know Earl.
Oil. See, she says oil. She's the woman of the house, so she wins.
Man, none of y'all hood is Earl.
Oh my God! Oh, it's oil.
Earl.
What have I started?
Earl.
Earl. What a symphony this has become.
Man, how many people are listening to us?
We all have this conversation up here.
All right, now just removing the spark plugs for some new ones. Very straightforward. And I'm guessing we're not gapping them or anything. Just
Nope.
naturally aspirated, so
They are
bam.
laser iridiums, which do not require gapping.
Which is nice.
They're pre-gapped, and they don't recommend that you touch it.
All right. Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Magnet? When all else fails, grab a magnet. Speaking of magnets, today we're at O'Reilly's and we saw one that was shaped like a chicken foot. It was so weird. We were standing there like absolutely in awe the entire time. Like, wait, so if you were trying to change a spark plug, it wouldn't make any sense because it would be stuck in
I
there.
think we need to go buy 2 of them and make her eat dinner with them. With their 2 little chicken feet.
Okay, next step. Valve cover. Valve cover gasket. We're just putting a new one on to be safe.
See, get a good look at the underside of this motor.
Ooh.
But November came, man, I wish it was yesterday. Yesterday, we were on our way. But November came, man, I wish it was yesterday.
Run anything other than NGK plugs in your motor, shame on you. I've had cars not data log in K-Pro because of the wrong spark plug. True story. Couldn't do anything, the car would not read, wouldn't data log, wouldn't record, couldn't do anything with it. Changed the spark plugs, worked perfect. And the core or something and how it, you know, goes back to the coal pack, you gotta have the right plugs, man. First things, we gotta take these little clips off the stock injectors, and you're not going to reuse those. Our fuel rail doesn't require clips, so keep them, throw them away, save them for a rainy day. I don't know. You're going to put them in with the injector clip facing upward, just like this. Wee tiny bit of grease, and just grease up the O-ring a little bit. Slide in nice and easy. In the fuel rail kit, this is a universal K-swap rail. This is made specifically for the K-series swaps. -8 O-ring caps, and then 2 -8 O-ring to -6 AN fittings. You want to have your inlet, so fuel feed comes this way. You cap the bottom, so we're going to put the plug on here, and then the feed outlet, or this will come out of the rail and then go into the regulator. So you want to put your adapter here, and if you were running our tucked fuel line kit, you would do the opposite. You would cap this, cap that, and then take one of these and run it right to the middle. We don't have the air assist valve anymore. This is a vacuum plug, so I just plugged it, put our new fuel rail, and I went ahead and tightened all the fittings and everything, so it's just good to go. Outlet control valve is done, fuel rail is on, new valve cover gaskets installed with our new spark plugs, and we're gonna do the gear selector springs. We need to put the serpentine belt on, It's a lot easier to do that outside of the car. I'm gonna do the gear selector springs, and these springs are included in every shifter cable kit that we sell. And so we're not, although we're obviously not installing the shifter cables right now, it's good to do this while the engine is out. In the shifter cable kit, you have 2 clips. This is going to be for the shifter side. W clamp, this holds the cables up under the car, and then we give you a bunch of cotter pins to hook everything up. This is it. So that's what we're going to be replacing. We're going to change the gear selector springs, and the first thing that you have to do is remove the 4 10mm bolts that hold the gear selector assembly into the transmission case. You have to make sure the gearbox is in neutral. If you can't, just make sure that you line up the bolt through this hole. If it's over here, it's not in neutral. If it's over here, it's not in neutral. Make sure that you can pull it up and down, make sure it's in neutral. And all this is Honda bonded together, so before you start, make sure you can make sure that you have your silicone or your Honda bond ready to put it back on, because you've got to reseal it. Make sure that you put them back. Short one goes here and here, long one goes here and here. In order to remove this, you also have to remove the detent on the front, 8mm Allen, and I already broke it loose, so make sure that you pull this thing all the way out. Ready to come out, and there it is.
That's how it all works.
That's it. So the pieces that we need to replace are buried inside here. This spring, and then there's a helper spring on the inside. Here's our springs. Obviously, the first thing we do from here is you take this pin. If you just hold all of this stuff together, pull the spring off, pull this spring off, put this spring on, put this one on, and then you're gonna slide all this back together just like this. A little bit of Honda bond back around the seal. Make sure this thing is lined up, it's all greased up, ready to go. But boom, there we go. Put some RTV back on this little detent right here.
After a very long day, David from Hybrid Racing decided to head home. So I stuck behind at their shop with Cody and Ben from Hybrid Racing, who are absolutely awesome guys. The other parts that are unpainted in the engine bay are behind brake lines and ABS lines. Instead, I decided to focus on the frame rails themselves, where the mounts were gonna go. Cosmetics is more of my forte, so it was really exciting to clean up the engine bay some before the K20A went inside. In order to fit the wiring harness, we needed to make a hole in the firewall. You can't do it on the passenger side due to the air conditioning systems are there. So you need to find a spot on the driver's side. Only problem is you can't go too low because the pedal is going to collide with the wiring harness. You can't go too high because there is a bracket there. So our solution was to take zip ties, pull the hard brake lines out of the way temporarily, then drill a hole, put our wiring harness through a grommet, and then mount the grommet with rivets. Once we got rid of the zip ties, due to Cody and Ben's awesome work, it was absolutely perfect placement. It is now almost 9 o'clock at night. We've been working since this morning around 7 or 8. And wow, what a difference we have made so far. Tonight we're ending with the motor mounts being mounted inside the engine bay. We did a little bit of a touch up on the frame rails of where the factory did not paint it. And then as well, we did the grommet and drilled the hole in the firewall, which took the longest due to you want to be careful with that, and the clearance behind the brake lines was not easy. You can't go on the left side because that's where the air conditioning and all that stuff is. So you need to do it near the foot pedal, but you need to make sure that the foot pedal isn't going to be contacting the harness every time you hit it. Therefore, we took a long time to do that. But at the end of the day, it's in there, and we're gonna have a really fresh start tomorrow, and hopefully we start it. I'm not gonna jinx us, but the motor is gonna go in the car tomorrow, and I cannot wait. Thank you guys for watching this video. I upload every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and have a wonderful night. Goodbye.